Hey guys, Mrs. Vance here. All right, we are ready to start adding color, and we are going to do this in a few different ways. So the first thing you're going to do is grab your oil pastels, and you're either going to grab your black or your white, and we are going to use these as our outline, okay? And remember that oil pastels resist watercolor, so we're going to use watercolor paints and kind of mix in the idea of the oil pastels helping to resist the color. Now, if you want to choose white, which I actually really like for this project, you do need to do one more step first that you don't have to do if you choose black. So if you want to choose white, you do need to go and subtly erase basically over everything so that you can still see your pencil, but that it's disappearing a little bit more than it would be if you left it as is. And the reason behind this is we want to make sure that that white from the oil pastel really looks white on our paper when we're all done. And if we leave the pencil as dark as we have it, then it will look gray. It won't look white. All right, so I'm going to take my garbage can and shake my paper off into there. So this is tricky. You're not going to really be able to see me to do this, so I'm only going to explain it, and then I'll show you with the black oil pastel. You are basically going to take that white oil pastel, and you are going to carefully trace over everything that you've already done. So every pencil line that you have will get traced in oil pastel. And I like to go box by box, because the longer your line, the harder it is to keep it nice and straight. So here, I'm going to kind of hold this up so you can see it a little bit better. Let's see if it comes to life. See, there you go. You can kind of see it there, okay? So I'm tracing over absolutely everything with my white oil pastel. And then we're going to do the same thing with the black oil pastel. So same steps, just you don't need to erase, because that black oil pastel is going to cover up the pencil just fine. All right, so I'm going to take a break from my white and move over to my black. Outlining this as I go, okay? So I think you get the idea. So again, I go box by box, and I like to work top down with oil pastels so I don't smear. Go back over anything that maybe was a little lighter, you missed the edge a little bit more. Okay, and then I move on to my next one. And I'm definitely taking my time. I'm turning my oil pastel so that I'm always using an edge. Once that edge gets too flat, that outline becomes a little too bulky, and I don't like it as much. So again, taking my time, working left to right if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, I would work right to left so that you're not smearing as you go. Go back over this one a little bit. But we want these nice and bold, whether it's white or black, pressing hard, making sure that our lines are going to resist that watercolor once we get to that step. Okay, putting that in. And it's okay if you miss, like my oil pastel slipped there. I'm just going to make it work. I am not going to trace my sun. I repeat, I am not tracing my sun. I'm going to leave it as pencil on the black one. So it is sort of optional. If you did it already, it's no big deal. I already did it with my white oil pastel. I'm just going to give you some options when you go to do your sun. screwed up that circle a little bit. Oil pastels do catch on your paper sometimes, and that's what just happened. It's also really hard for me to talk and teach while I'm doing this for you guys. So I apologize for any slip-ups, but I'm doing my best, and I know you're going to do your best too. All right, so my black is done, and I'm going to put it off to the side and wait for my next step. That's it. That's all you are doing today. So you're either taking your white or your black oil pastel, and you are tracing over your pencil, and then put it somewhere safe so it doesn't get smudged, and we are ready to go for the next step tomorrow. Have a good one.